Welcome to my innovation pitch for the use of big data in the social enterprise Câr y Môr. Câr y Môr are the first regenerative ocean farm in Wales growing seaweed and shellfish. Regenerative ocean farming is when two or more organisms are grown together, mimicking natural marine processes and maximizing diversity. By maximizing nutrient output, they aim to leave the ocean better than they found it. Their second important goal, as they are a community benefit society, is to improve the well-being of the local community through job creation, supply of local seafood, and environmental restoration. Community benefit societies conduct business for the benefit of the wider community, where profits are reinvested into the business to achieve their goals. They have investors from companies such as Nopla, a London-based company focused on edible food packaging solutions using seaweed innovation to combat the wider issue of single-use plastic, which aligns with Câr y Mór's environmental goals. This innovation proposal seeks to explain how Câr y Môr can use big data to improve their overall ocean farming practices. Big data often refers to diverse sets of information that grow rapidly and can be analyzed for various purposes. However, big data applied to farming is less about the size of the data and more about the combination of advanced analytics and tech to create new ways of processing data for practical use. The use of big data in agriculture has been useful to farmers in allowing them to collect real-time data to improve their practices and specifically reduce pesticides and other harmful chemicals. The technology's potential to help solve greater issues cannot be understated in this industry, especially as the population increases and so does dependency on food resources. Unlike land farming, kelp requires no additional additives or pesticides, also known as zero-input farming, where the oysters and mussels grown at Câr y Môr help to clean the water as well. Seaweed production, however, can only be grown and harvested at certain times of the year. It requires sufficient nutrients and light for growth, with salinity and temperatures that are not too limiting for the species being cultivated. Samudra, a company focused on seaweed farm innovation, used robotics and AI to come up with a cost-efficient, robust, and easy-to-use product that collects information from the water and uses satellite connections to send AI-generated messages to seaweed farmers explaining the water conditions. For example, they alert farmers on incoming storms, invasive species, and even tell them the perfect time for harvesting when the crops are at their best. It also gives suggestions along with the alerts as to what farmers should do in certain situations. By collecting data from sensors deployed throughout their farm sites to monitor environmental conditions and trends, Câr y Môr can optimize their practices, resources, and overall output. Opportunities. There is currently a knowledge gap on the long-term negative effects of seaweed farming. However, the scale of cultivation activities within a particular area has important implications on the magnitude of potential environmental impacts. Thus, using water sensors to find areas with optimal seaweed growing conditions can provide opportunity to potentially expand their farming practices into other locations. This will help them increase the scale of production and distribute their farming so that they are not too concentrated in single areas. Samudra's product, being both easy to use and cost efficient, would mean that minimal staff and training and investment would be needed to adopt big data into their practice. After using sensors for a while, it would be possible to create predictive models that could plan out the future for harvesting seasons for greater results. Challenges. Scaling up production would mean continual investment to improve the big data practices as they expand, in terms of infrastructure and hiring professionals to deal with complex data. This may become expensive in the long run. As they are a community benefit society owned equally by all members, it is very important to gain approval to ensure that all members are on board. Issues may arise if members of the community are not open to introducing these technologies into their practices. As this is a new technology, potential inaccuracies in data may cause disruption for Câr y Môr, especially as harvesting seaweed is a very manual-intensive job. Impact. Scaling up automation of seaweed farming has many benefits for the environment, such as helping increase carbon capture, supporting biodiversity, improving water quality, offering sustainable food and product alternatives, and even has potential for renewable energy production. Promoting seaweed farming in general is great for sustainability, as 1 acre of kelp can absorb 20 times as much carbon as a land forest. Investors such as Nopla can benefit from increased production as they are reliant on seaweed to continue and increase the scale of their innovation. This contributes to the greater mission to reduce single-use plastic. Finally, as this technology can help the greater production with less effort, it benefits the community all around by bringing in extra revenue and making the employees' jobs easier. Here are my references. Thank you very much.